You're listening to Real Talk.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, you don't know what Deadwood is? Oh,
No.
Thomas, you're missing out.
This is why I lie a lot.
Hey, I get that though.
You know, because whenever people say, "Have you seen this?" and you're like, "No," then they go, "What?
Okay,
You haven't seen it?"
I don't like that though. Like, I get not seeing it, and you feel like, yeah, I should be seeing it. But like, I don't get the whole thing of like, how have you not seen it? Like, how is it a sin that I haven't seen?
Yeah, there's a million movies.
Yeah.
Why
Why can't some slip through the cracks? You know, what's the deal with like?
I've been trying. I've watched 14 movies this
And what's
month.
the deal? You know, I've only had an X amount of years on this planet, and X amount of those X amount of years.
Yeah,
where
well,
I'm able to understand these movies.
It's really annoying coming from an older generation.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What? You haven't seen Metropolis from 1923?" Hello, everybody. It's Thomas.
And as always, it's your boy, Carson S. Davis. It's your boy.
Welcome back to episode 8. We made it. I feel like I've said
Is
that.
it really welcome back? Have they been to episode 8 before?
Well, not to
It's
episode 8.
welcome back to Real Talk.
Welcome back to Real Talk.
They haven't been to 8.
Well, welcome back to Real Talk. It's episode 8.
This is episode, yes. Yeah. Hey,
Anyways, hey.
And I'd like to just say a warm congratulations to ourselves for making it longer than the average podcast does.
We are officially one episode past it.
Yeah, we are.
All right, guys.
Actually, yeah, one episode.
Well, hey, let's get into it. I've got a couple things I want to talk about that occurred this morning.
Oh, boy.
All right. So we're in the... This has to do with just all cashiers. If you've ever purchased anything from anyone at a local business, professional business, Walmart,
In retail.
anywhere, if you've ever purchased anything in your life, this has happened to you. So this is probably one of the most relatable things we're going to talk about on here. When you pay in cash for something and they hand you the cash back, how do you like them to hand it to you? Because 9 times out of 10, they'll put the bills in your hand is
And the
facing your palm.
coinage on top.
Exactly. That's annoying. I hate that.
I don't like it either because it's
you gotta-
slippery on the bill.
Exactly.
The coins go everywhere.
Exactly. And you can't put it back in your wallet efficiently, because what I do is cash bills go in the wallet,
Yeah.
change goes in my pocket. Loose change goes in my pocket. So I
Interesting.
always have to like dump it into my other hand, put it in my pocket, and then fold up the bills and do it. And I don't like that. I would rather them hand it to me separately.
See, here's the thing. I don't like the coinage on top of the bill. I don't. What I prefer, it's a bit more work. It takes 2 trips to the register, but it's a lot.
Really?
It's there's more respect in it, and
Yeah.
comradeship and gratitude in it. You do the receipt with the coinage,
Okay.
okay? Because here's why: the receipt.
Well, it's not
is
as slippery.
Yes, and it's a lot thinner. So what you do is you put it all in your pocket, and then you take the receipt out because it's easy to separate the coinage from the receipt. Mm-hmm. Now you have your receipt, your coinage in your pocket. The bills come. Put that in the billfold.
Yeah. Now, usually I just tell them I don't need a receipt because I don't do taxes.
I just refuse to do that.
I'm just kidding. If you're listening to this in the 20 years in the future, I do my freaking taxes. Okay, take a joke. Anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about because we were getting our coffee this morning. I don't like it. I don't like it when they do that.
No.
It's really annoying.
No.
Just
How do you feel? Hey, how do you feel about the gratuity included?
I don't like that either. I don't like that. I feel like if I'm the one paying,
You get. To
I should be
decide.
the judge of how well the service is. And I don't usually go by the percentage. I just tip what I think that they deserve. Okay?
Interesting.
And what I'm capable of tipping, which is sometimes not a lot. Sometimes it is a lot. Now, that depends because now, like the other day, I went to Waffle House.
Yeah.
Now, I could go to like a 5-star restaurant, right?
Hey, Waffle House.
Gotta love it.
What's the deal with that Waffle House? You know,
It's cheap.
it's good. It's good.
It's waffles. It's just not clean.
But the only reason it's not clean is because you see the kitchen. If you saw everybody's kitchen, it'd look the same.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true. Well, and I think this is just more of a breakfast place thing than anything else.
Yeah.
Because Denny's, IHOP, Waffle House, all the same. Sticky tables.
Oh, it's the syrup.
It's the
no,
syrup.
No one needs it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't want to eat a waffle without syrup.
No, it's a nuisance, is what it is.
Yeah. You can't avoid it. It's just, it is what it is. But here's the thing. I tip what I think they deserve. So, like, if it's a $10 meal, I'll tip 40%, you know? Because 20%, $2 seems like it's going to take them forever to make anything even worth looking at, you know?
No.
Or even like 10%, just really?
$1?
Yeah, no. So, like, in cases like that, it's like I tip way more than what is the suggested gratuity.
Yeah, makes
Right?
sense. Yeah.
However, whenever I go to, like, let's say like Saltgrass,
A little bit higher up.
tipping 20% there means a lot more because
Yes.
your meal is, say, $30.
$40. Yeah.
Yeah. Mine's usually never as much as 40.
Well, if you're in a group, it could get up to 40, 60, 80.
Yeah.
You could reach 100.
But even then, if I'm in a group, sorry guys, I pay for myself because if people know that you're paying ahead of time, they're gonna treat themselves. You know?
Thomas, you just admitted that if you were in that situation, you would
No.
treat yourself.
Me personally, I don't do that unless it's like they owe me.
Actually, I don't like having someone pay for me
Really, I kind of don't like
in
that
general
either.
because then I feel like self-conscious about what I order.
Yeah,
It's kind of a pain.
yeah.
You know,
Well, I gotta say thank you. You paid for my Starbucks this morning.
I did.
I wasn't
I did.
gonna get one.
Yeah,
And
he
then
wasn't gonna
Carson
get one.
said, Hey,
Hey.
get whatever you want.
And then he just wanted to get a drink because he was self-conscious about having some. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was like, "Hey, Thomas,
exactly.
hey, get you something to eat."
So,
So,
like,
he got a croissant.
When I worked down in Houston, a lot of the time, my boss would like want to treat us to lunch, and I didn't like that.
Because you feel like you can't order what you want.
Exactly,
You
because
feel like you just need to get a little
because-
salad. you know?
exactly, because
Just
like,
something to
let me use this
nibble on.
Let me use this as an example. 90% of the time when I go to Chick-fil-A, my order is this because, here's my order.
Yeah, just tell us.
I'll get a 12-count nugget
Okay.
meal.
Yeah, grilled or breaded.
Oh, just the fried nuggets.
Okay,
like
yeah,
I
the
don't
breaded,
I don't like
yeah,
the grilled nuggets too much.
I don't mind them.
Really?
No.
I don't. Just I prefer the traditional.
No good.
No good.
No good.
I mean, they're halfway good,
Yeah,
just not all the way.
I think they're good. Okay. Anyway, continue.
Anyways, I get a 12-count nugget meal, okay, and that's perfectly acceptable to order if someone's paying. However, I always get an additional sandwich because I feel like the nuggets aren't enough to fill me up, you know. But whenever they offer, so we're down in Houston, and she offered to pay this today, and we're going to Chick-fil-A. And I said, no, let me pay for myself because I usually get more than the average person. And they always insist. They're like, no, get what you want. It's like, you say that, and then my meal's going to be $14 at Chick-fil-A, and I'm going to look like an asshole. I prefer to have the peace of mind and none of the awkwardness and just pay for myself. I'd rather be just $14 short than be in awkward situations like that, because then that day I'm not fully sustained by my lunch.
Yeah,
So
you're right. Then
know?
it becomes a all-day problem.
I would actually dread it whenever my boss would offer to pay for lunch because of that. I feel like I couldn't get what I wanted.
Yeah, it makes sense. I totally get it.
Yeah. Anyways,
It's a total nuisance. But then you can't say that because
No.
it's very kind of them.
it is. It's thoughtful, but at the same time, it's just like stop. No one anyone who listens to this is never paying for me again.
No,
And you're like, he's an ungrateful son of a bitch.
it's not the ungrateful. We're
No,
grateful.
No, I am grateful for it. It's just that it puts you in an awkward situation where you feel like you're not gonna be able to really get what you want, even though they're telling you that you should get what you want. But anyways, sorry guys, I feel like my brain is moving a little bit slow today because Carson and I both
We stayed up till 2 a.m.
we stayed up late. I stayed up till 3.
I stayed up till like 2:30.
Okay. But anyways, this is another thing I wanted to talk about.
And for reference,
What
it's
do you-
9 in the morning.
Yeah. What do you do? Is it 9? It's 10.
10. 10:06 a.m.
Wow.
Central.
Yeah. No, I guess I picked you up at night. Anyways.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
What's the deal? Okay.
Yeah, stop hitting your mic stand.
It's not my fault.
Anyways, when you stay up that late, what usually is the reason? Because you don't stay up that late a lot.
It's just kind of how life works. Like I went to the late showing of Ford versus Ferrari last night.
Yeah.
It was at 10. The movie workers took forever to clean out the theater.
Really?
And then when we got in there, it wasn't even clean. It's like, what's the point? Like,
Yeah.
there's popcorn everywhere. Yeah.
You go to Cinemark.
AMC.
Oh.
Firewheel.
I don't like Firewheel. I don't like AMC.
I wasn't the biggest fan. It's just the only one that was showing Ford versus Ferrari because it came out in November.
It came out a while back.
The thing is so the movie's supposed to start 10:15, but then you count for previews, it's supposed to start about 10:30-ish, 10:45.
Yeah.
Movie didn't get going.
Previews are 20 minutes.
Okay, yeah. Movie didn't get going till 11.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Then we got out of there
Then
at
you get out
1:30.
late.
You know.
You're already awake.
Yeah. Then you get awake. You know, and then you
You've got
drive
all
home.
You got all these thoughts running through your head.
And then I had to go home. I can't shower in the morning.
No.
I don't shower in the morning. I shower at night. It only makes sense for me.
Well, and after you shower and you're tired,
Yeah.
it's like being reborn.
Yeah.
You know, you come out of there a new man. It's like you just had a full night's sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
The heat. You know?
The heat, the water. You know, my favorite part is when you get out of the shower and your hair's wet and then the cold air hits it. That's my favorite.
I think that registers you as a psychopath.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think probably it requires a little bit more to be registered as a psychopath. Some more eccentric qualities
Perhaps.
than just liking wet hair on myself. Now, if I was like really, really into wet hair on other people, maybe that would be.
Yeah. Perhaps.
Maybe that would be
Yeah, but I
psycho.
I stay up around 11 now. I've kind of
Yeah.
gotten older. I stay up a little late.
It's funny you say that because as I've gotten older, now I like to go to bed earlier. Contradictory.
We have years of life experience.
Yeah,
We're both
I'm
under the age
20
of
years old.
21.
No, but when I was working in Waller, I worked a desk job, 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
You know, so you get home and you're actually tired from doing things.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Now, where you kind of do that with school too, when
Yeah.
you're young. But when you're young, you just always have energy. You get home and you're excited. You want to go play outside. It's not like that anymore. And I've never really been one for going out either.
No.
Especially if I've been working.
Oh.
Like if I've been working and someone comes to me and they say, "Hey, Britt, we're all gonna go out. You want to come?" No.
No.
No. I'm not a going out person.
No one wants to go out. Who needs to go out?
No.
No.
You know, if someone's like, "Oh, we're all gonna go get drinks afterwards," say, "I'm not 21 yet," so I always say no. I can't do that. Couple more months on that one, though. But even then, if I was 21 and it was like midnight, say, and they're like, "We're gonna go out," like right now, are you kidding me? It's midnight. Are you out of your mind? I'm not doing that.
Speaking of,
But anyways,
now that you're an adult, how does it feel that tomorrow, bright and early, you got to go to jury duty?
oh my god, dude, it's so. We talked about this on either episode 1 or 2.
It was early.
Yeah.
Early. It was just when you got the letter.
When I got the summons.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday I got an alert on my phone, and I completely forgot about it.
Yeah.
That's why I set an alert back like a month ago. So I was like,
'Cause
if I
you
forget
knew you
about
would
this,
forget.
if you forget about it, you're screwed because now there's a warrant for your arrest. So I was like, I cannot forget about this. Well, I forgot about it, but luckily my alert kicked in. Google
Yeah.
Calendar.
Thank you, Google Calendar.
Shout out to Google Calendar. Anyways, got the alert. Had to get a robotic message that tells you like what you need to do. So I got to be in the the main jury room of the courthouse on level 1 at 8 a.m. tomorrow.
So there's a chance that it's going to take up your whole day, or it's going to take up 15 minutes of your day.
There's a chance that it's going to take up 15 minutes of my day or a year of my life. You don't know. You don't know what the case is because we were talking about this beforehand. Like people who got summoned for jury and then it turns out to be like the O.J. Simpson trial. They're
Yeah,
gone for
but-
like 9 months.
But they had to volunteer for a trial that big. You have to volunteer for
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they'd interview people. Yeah.
Oh,
It could take up probably a few
Wow.
days, but I mean, not.
I would never volunteer.
No.
Not for that.
Well, some people just want it for, the fame.
Yeah, but name one person on that jury. There you go. None of them got it.
Well, they did at the time.
At the time, they did. But did they even say the people's names in the jury?
No.
No. So how
Well,
do you-
it's. I mean, you're part of history. As weird as that sounds,
yeah,
you know.
I guess.
What a conversation starter.
Yeah, but you don't know it's history until it's history. You know?
I don't know.
I mean,
I mean-
there's some things that are big enough, like World War II, where you know, like, all right, this is going to be like a world-changing event.
Yeah.
But there's some things that it's just like you don't know if it's history until it's
Yeah,
history.
true.
Like people didn't
Hey.
know that Ted Bundy would be like this big time serial killer.
Good point.
Till years after, you know, and no one else
Good
came like
point.
him. No one else came like Ted Bundy for so long, you know, until Luca in
Luca Magnotta.
Don't F with Cats. Yeah, I always forget his last name. But anyway, I wanted to tell you what I was doing last night when I was up so late.
Yeah, I'd like to know.
I have I don't know if it's an irrational fear or if it's a just contempt for wasps. Hornets, wasps, bees, hate them all, okay?
Is it just
Now-
because your school mascot was a yellow jacket?
No.
And then you went to college and the mascot was a bee? Like,
no,
what's the deal with you
no,
and insects?
but I think that's just like God trying to play me. He's just having a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not scared of like that, obviously, but I don't think it's like a phobia. It's just like I just hate them. They're such a nuisance.
They are.
And
They are.
I think part of it is I got stung like 3 times in the face when I was young.
so. It's caused
and
an
so it's-
irrational fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't been stung since then, but in my head, it's like the worst pain imaginable, you know? Mm-hmm. So I just avoided it at all costs. So last night, I was laying on my bed watching YouTube videos of people destroying wasps' nests in the most creative ways. Like lighting them on fire.
That's not okay.
Lighting them on
Thomas.
fire. Shooting them with a shotgun.
Thomas, Jesus. This is like animal abuse.
No, it's not. Wasps don't matter. Wasps don't. Bees do. Wasps don't matter. They don't do anything.
Then why are they on this earth?
That's a good question. They shouldn't be, and that's why we should all try our best to eradicate them.
I don't know if that's smart, Thomas.
No, I'm.
Wasp benefits to society.
What does the wasp benefit in the ecosystem? I would like to know, because it's probably nothing. Guarantee you, Google pops up, it says nothing. Screw wasps.
Let's see what we got here.
No, but there was this guy who had fashioned this contraption of you know what a shop vac is?
Of course.
He had taken that with like a hose extension and rigged it to a ladder and a broomstick so that because they had built a nest on the inside of his wall, and so they're going into this crack in the ceiling. He had put the hose to the vacuum up to that crack where they're going in, and then in the shop vac filled up the bucket with soapy water because like Dawn like kills
Yeah.
them. It, like I think it suffocates them or
Jesus,
something.
that's-
And he just vacuumed them up because you can't spray down into it, you know, because you can't get them all like that. So he just vacuumed them up.
And had
And
the
it-
audacity to record it and put it on.
Yeah, well, it was hilarious because this guy's like, oh, my wife thinks this is stupid, but just wait until she sees how many wasps I catch.
All right.
But
What is the benefit? What is the role of wasps in the ecosystem?
I'm curious.
Vital role, bold and underlined.
Really,
Paper wasps, hornets, and yellow jackets all belong to the same family, and they provide extraordinarily important ecological services, specifically pollination, predation, and parasitism.
pollination.
Put simply, without wasp, we would be overrun with insect pests, and we would have no figs and no fig Newtons.
I'm fine with that. Can't tell you the last time I had a fig.
Some people like figs, though.
My dad likes fig. He likes fig Newtons. I don't think he likes figs.
The word is just so odd.
Fig. Yeah, it is. It's kind of a British word, isn't it? Fig.
Fig. Yeah.
That's like the type of thing where you think in America, fig means this, but in over there it means something really bad.
Yeah.
Like
I get what you're
fanny here means nothing, but fanny over there is like
Yeah, or like bloody.
You don't want to say fanny over there. Yeah, bloody. Bloody here is just like you're bleeding out.
Yeah.
Bloody there is kind of like their F word, kind of.
Yeah,
or like,
exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I was doing last night. There's another topic while we're kind of on this ecosystem thing. Let's talk about humans in the ecosystem. The coronavirus.
Oh boy.
is spreading rapidly throughout China
think
and
that's a bit of a stretch.
even now the United States.
2 people.
Starting in Washington State. Now, well, globally, over 900 people have been infected.
900?
Yeah, globally. However, there's only I think 20. It says it has killed at least 26 in China.
And infected more than 900.
Yeah. Now I don't know if you've ever played that game Plague Inc. Do you know what that is?
I do.
The trick to having a virus that eradicates humans, because at the end of the day, the coronavirus, this is its goal. It wants to eradicate everything. Correct? That's at least my imagination running
Theory,
wild.
yeah.
Saying, oh, all viruses, all they want to do is just eradicate all life from Earth.
Yeah.
But anyways, in my head, I just see this like dancing virus with like a mascot, and he's just like, I'm gonna get you. Well, the key to not being caught and killing everybody on that game, at least, is to have as few symptoms as possible for as long as possible. So, and as many ways for it to transmit between people, so that at first you can get everyone infected, but they don't know they're infected. Then the symptoms mutate. Everyone's infected, boom, total organ failure.
Jesus.
Everyone dies.
God.
And no one can do anything about it because we're all already infected. I think that's what happened in The Walking Dead. Except it wasn't total organ failure. It was some made-up disease that turned them into zombies. But anyways, we got to get this coronavirus under control because it's about to be bad.
Did you ever see the movie called Plague?
Maybe. You ever see that movie 2012? It's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine.
You enjoy it?
It's just like so ridiculous that it's entertaining.
And it came out in 2009, so people were like, ah.
Oh no.
Speaking of, what's this on here? The Doomsday Clock.
Okay. Yeah, I put this on there because it's actually a good segue between Doomsday and the Doomsday Clock. Well, every year, this like committee, I think it's called the Doomsday Committee.
Yeah.
There's this clock, and it's not like a real clock, but it's kind of like a symbol for how close to human extinction or like a global catastrophe we are, like nuclear war or anything like that. Just based on all the current events, like nuclear tensions with other countries and climate change, all these different aspects brought into one to make this determination. This year, they updated the clock.
How often do they update the clock?
I think once a year.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, midnight. You don't want it to get to midnight. Midnight is the representation of Doomsday. Now, last year, we were 120 seconds until midnight.
Okay.
This year, we're 100 seconds until midnight. And they blamed, or their reasoning behind this was the instability. Did I say
it's instability with an I.
The instability of like Donald Trump and his kind of like erratic behavior, and then climate change, nuclear tensions with the United States, China, North Korea, Russia, all of that stuff.
It was Joe Mama in there.
Joe Mama was not as imminent a threat as you might think. But anyways, that's the Doomsday Clock. I think it got up to I think the closest it's ever been was in the 60s when during the Cold War when nuclear tensions were high.
Yeah.
Between Russia
so it can go back.
Yeah, this clock can move.
We
backwards
have a
and
chance.
forwards.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I watched a little what are they called? Like a video essay.
Yeah, I know.
On this.
Yeah. Or like those. What are those YouTube videos like? Big Little Story.
Yeah, every frame of painting. Like there's some for movies,
Yeah.
But I watched this one. He ended it like that. He's like, now this is the only clock that we can turn back time. And it was like. Anyways, we're at the 20-minute mark. We're actually 23 or 3 minutes past it.
4 minutes.
So let's get into our Best Picture series. This week on the lineup, we've got Parasite, Joker, and Ford versus Ferrari, the 3 movies we're going to break down.
And just a quick little reminder, this is the second out of a 3-episode little bundle talking about the Best Picture nominees for the 92nd Academy Awards.
Yes.
Next episode, we'll be talking about Marriage Story.
Yeah, Marriage
Jojo
Story
Rabbit.
and Little Women.
And Little Women.
Yeah.
So
That's going to
we
be a
should
good
watch those.
episode.
Yeah, that will be.
I'm excited
Well,
for
today's
episode
gonna be
9.
Today's going to be a good episode. You want to know why? Because
Parasite
was 10 out of 10, what I like to call a banger, okay?
I really enjoyed it.
It's your boy. Give me
Yeah,
that.
and
Give me that.
No, of course, I was a little skeptical going into this because I don't watch a lot of subtitled foreign language films.
Which now I know that I should.
Me too, because now at the Golden Globes, Bong Joon-ho, the director of Parasite, had made this quote that I thought was really interesting. It was a great point. He said, once you overcome the 1-inch tall barrier of subtitles, you will be introduced to so many more amazing films.
That's beautiful.
That's Bong Joon-ho 2020, Golden Globes.
Yeah, give me that.
And he's right.
He was. I mean, the Parasite, wow.
It was
Wow. That's all I can say.
masterfully directed.
I'm speechless. I'm without speech.
Yeah, it was masterfully directed.
Yes. The amount of symbolism.
Yeah, the subtext and it was great. And then the way that they used the cinematography to tell it. Literally right now, all the things we're saying is what they teach you to do in film school of how to make a good movie. You know? Okay, so this movie was directed by Bong Joon-ho, and he's nominated for Best Director for the 92nd Academy Awards. None of the cast is nominated for an Oscar.
However,
Their performances were actually very good.
yeah, but they did just recently. They were the first foreign language film to win Best Acting Ensemble at the SAG Awards.
Yes. Yeah, and now they were up against some serious competition. I mean, these guys were up against Stranger Things, wasn't it?
No,
That was
they
for
were up
TV.
against Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, and that's a Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Al Pacino.
Yeah,
Good
Margot
cast there.
Robbie.
Can't forget Margot Robbie. What other movies?
What
Was it
what
The
else?
Irishman?
Irishman, De Niro,
Al
Pesci,
Pacino. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean
So that's
geez.
really impressive for these. I mean,
I think
guess
Joker was nominated
for
for Best
ensemble.
Ensemble.
Was it? That's interesting considering it was really about one person.
Maybe it wasn't. SAG Awards Best Ensemble.
Yeah. But no, I was blown away by this movie. And
No, it wasn't. No, Joker
wasn't.
Bombshell.
Bombs. Yeah.
Margot
I
Robbie,
remember that.
Charlize Theron, Nicole Kidman, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Irishman, and Jojo Rabbit.
Oh yeah.
And Parasite, of course.
Okay. Yeah. Now I was blown away by this movie, and now I gotta say, for the first 15 minutes, you are noticing the subtitles.
Yeah, it was an adjustment. But here's the thing: when I think about that movie, I don't think about reading the subtitles. I just think of.
I think about it
seeing
like
that
every other movie.
Exactly.
Every other movie.
Exactly.
And
like
it-
remember
it-
when he
it-
said that? I don't really
Yeah.
think of reading it.
No. And I feel like after that 15, 20 minute mark, I didn't even recognize that I was reading subtitles.
Exactly. It just got to,
they just kind of fell away, and it's like I was watching the movie,
yeah.
which is impressive because I have watched foreign films where that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You know.
But this one had my heart racing. Like, what's
Yeah.
gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And I just like watching it, really invested.
Yeah. Well, even before now, hey,
Spoiler alert.
Nice.
Alert.
can't forget this.
Yeah, we did give you a week's warning to watch this
We
picture.
did. We told you last week that we were going to be talking about this, so this is not your first spoiler alert. Okay, at the beginning, like with this, even the scenes before shit gets intense. Like, I mean,
Well, okay,
I didn't
because
know
here's
it would
the thing.
get that intense.
The first hour was a lot of setup.
It was, but even that, it wasn't boring. Setup.
No, it wasn't bad.
Because every dialogue scene between even two characters, it was intense.
Yeah.
There was a
Here's-
lot of tension.
Yeah. Funny thing, actually. I started like really late at night one night. I got to like the hour-minute mark, and I was like, I have school tomorrow. I should probably, sit this one out. I'll finish it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I stopped it, went to sleep, woke up the next morning when I got back from school. I finished it. If I would have stayed up for 10 more seconds, I would have been up the whole night because 10 seconds where I stopped it, you found out that they lived in the basement.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, right there, like, you can't turn it off after
No, you
that.
can't stop there. Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, what?
Yeah.
That really, talking
Because
about
I turned it off right before the ex-housemaid
showed up.
showed up to knock on the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's all like tattered and
Yeah. That
yeah.
genius.
Well, there was a couple shots in there that were really powerful, and you didn't know why.
Yeah.
For a second, well, and it was really simple cinematography, but so effective.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I noticed how digital it was. You know, super crisp, and the dynamic range and everything was super
Yeah.
wide. And
I thought the acting was phenomenal too. I thought the
I agree.
housemaid was phenomenal.
yeah, no,
The
but
actress who played that.
one of the shots I wanted to bring up was, like you said, whenever she got there and she ran down into the basement, and she's like pushed up against the dresser in the wall trying to move it, and she's just hanging there, and you're like,
Yeah.
what is she doing?
Yeah.
You know, and it was just static tripod shot of her just doing that, and you're like, wow.
Yeah.
And you know, that's everything working together. That's production design, acting, cinematography. You know, that's everything. And
Total banger.
Hey.
The picture.
well, before we really get into cinematography, there's a question that I wanted to discuss briefly.
Yeah.
Do you think it's harder to fully comprehend and like view an actor's performance when you're reading subtitles? I think it is, but
It's
not
a good
as
question.
I think it is. Like, I don't think you get 100% of it like you would if it was in a language that you understand,
I disagree.
but it's still powerful. I don't think it takes away from the performance that much.
I think if it's great acting and if it's good acting, it won't take away, and you'll get the same effect had you heard it in your language that you're familiar with, because it's the human connection and being able to see that emotion
Right.
and know what they're saying. You're still getting the same effect.
Now, here's my defense. And we talked about this, I think, a little bit on the last episode. When you're reading subtitles, a lot of times you're not looking at the shot, you're reading the subtitles. Now, a couple weeks ago, we were over here and we were talking about some of our favorite performances. We watched one by Leonardo DiCaprio, in which they have like these subtleties to their performance visually, not auditorially, but
Audibly.
audibly. I'm an idiot.
Hey,
Anyways,
Thomas, hold this.
audibly. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Speaking
what's the deal with these mics?
speaking of audibly,
Hey,
stop.
sorry.
Anyways, I just think that, like, naturally, if your eyes aren't looking at their face and you're reading the subtitles, you're gonna miss a couple of those.
Well, yeah, I get
those
that. I
subtleties.
I
That's why-
did like do like the little 15 seconds back sometimes just to like make sure I read it right. You know?
Yeah.
Now, and that was part of the adjustment, but I mean, it didn't take away from the movie, or else it wouldn't have been winning these awards.
It didn't take
Yeah.
away from the movie. What I'm asking is, like, do you really get the full experience with subtitles?
Now,
I think
you get as
it's-
much as you can, of course, but I mean, yeah, there is the part of like you don't hear like inflection of words that they say because you don't know what they're
you
saying.
don't really
Yeah.
know. I mean,
But you can see them,
you
and that's
can-
what matters. And I thought I could tell great acting in that movie.
no, I could
Yeah.
too. It's just some of the subtleties you miss out on, I think.
I'm sure. Yeah.
You know, and I think, but it's one of those things where it's like we don't know what we're missing.
Yeah.
So, like, if
I heard Parasite's coming to select theaters in the U.S. in black and white,
that's
which
need
would
to
be interesting.
You know, you can do that when it comes on Netflix or something like that. Or
Yeah.
Well, I guess we had to buy it to
Yeah.
so we could watch it again. You had to buy it to watch it, but you can put your phone in black and white and just watch it like
Oh
that.
wow. Yeah.
And I've done that with like Breaking Bad,
Oh.
because Breaking Bad I've heard described as like a modern film noir. So I was like, let's put this in black and white and just see. Totally is.
Really?
So I'm curious to see what Parasite looks like in black and white.
Yeah. That would be.
Yeah. Now that takes a lot of skill from the lighting department and the cinematography,
Oh yeah.
because black and white, you can't use color to depict emotion. Like a lot of times, like in very simple movies, they'll use red to show you anger.
Yeah.
You know, or blue to show you sadness.
Yeah, like archetypes and stuff.
Yeah. I'd be really curious to do that. I might do that.
Yeah.
All right, now let's get in. That's a good transition to the cinematography.
Yeah. Very good.
There is a shot that we both noticed that, wow, so powerful. I thought this was the most powerful shot in the entire movie. It's the scene where the flooding is started. You know, they just escaped the house and they're going back and they discovered that the street has been flooded by sewage water,
Yeah.
which in and of itself is just super powerful because they're literally walking around in feces.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that is as strong of a distinction between the class divides
Oh God.
as you can get.
Yeah.
These people down here are literally
muck,
swimming
yeah.
in crap,
Yeah.
while people up here bathed in sunlight, and they're literally playing in the rain.
Yeah. They worship, like they're not worship, but they get
The rain,
satisfaction from the rain. It's fun
yeah,
for them.
The rain isn't like for them.
Problem. It's something to.
It's something
have
it's,
fun in.
Yeah, exactly. Like
But
they're
with
going
them,
outside
it's
playing in the
changing
rain,
their
but
life, you know?
it's ruining their entire life.
Yeah.
Everything they own, ruined,
I will say this,
except for that rock.
and I caught it. You remember the scene? It was when they were going down in the rain from the the rich, wealthy family, the Park family's house. They were going down from their house to their little basement home,
Yeah.
and they were going down all these different layers of steps,
Mm-hmm.
like going down one this way and down another way.
Yeah.
And I thought about it, that the use of stairs in that film, not just in that scene, but when the Park family, the wealthy family, arrives home, they go up the stairs into their house.
Right.
When the Kim family, the
go
less
down the
fortunate
stairs.
family, they go down the stairs.
Well, and they're literally at the geographically at the bottom.
yes.
Wow. These.
And the basement, they're going down the stairs.
Yep.
And it's a fight to whoever gets to go up the stairs that gets to live.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, did you notice when they were not in their house, but going to their house, going down all those stairs to get there? The guy, I don't remember these characters' names. Forgive me.
I know
But,
the Kim and the Park family.
yeah,
Just say
yeah.
son, daughter, whatever.
But the son,
Yeah.
who was the tutor, he stopped on one of the stairs and just was watching the sewage water run past
Yeah.
his bare feet.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot.
That was great.
Yeah.
There was a lot of really nuanced shots in this that like could really be broken down. But the shot that we were both struck by was when she was sitting on the toilet. Well, because they had walked into the bathroom and the sewage water is just spewing out of the toilet, right?
Yeah.
And it's like they're so dirty at this point. They just
Yeah,
don't
it
care.
didn't even matter.
And so she just has to sit on it to keep it from
Yeah.
coming out so much. And she's sitting on it, covered. It's like she's unbothered that she's covered in sewage water.
Yeah.
And she just lights a cigarette and sitting there smoking a cigarette.
Powerful
You know?
shot.
It was just like, all right, this is my reality.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What I noticed is that during that shot, they kept cutting. I think they cut maybe once. I think it was twice. They cut to the ex-housemaid who got fired
Yeah.
in the basement of the Park house, regurgitating into the toilet. So she's forcefully putting something into the toilet, and it's forcefully being shot out at the Kim family, just like what she did to them.
Right.
By, trying to blackmail them and whatnot.
Right. Yeah. No, and that was a
very
whole
interesting.
other, it was almost like a subplot
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
with the guy in the basement and
Yeah, that wasn't even like the main. It was the main story, but it was also the movie wasn't their story.
no.
So it was. Yeah, it was. It was
was-
like a subplot in a sense.
It was just another means of conflict
Yeah.
for our protagonists, which I kind of liked that too. It's almost like you can't call them protagonists
Yeah.
because it depicted them in such like a
Whoops.
Such
That's my bad.
it depicted them in such a, like a scavenger way, but they had no choice.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a Darwinism. Oh my God, what's the phrase? It's escaping me.
Theory of evolution.
Yeah, Darwinism.
Yeah.
Survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
That's
Survival
right.
of the fittest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It's almost that. It's like you got to do what you got to do to survive. And that means being a scavenger and playing these tricky games on people to get their money and kick other people out on the streets. That's what you got. That's what you got to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the fittest one was the man in the basement with the knife.
Yeah, sure was.
Actually, I guess it was the dad.
Yeah, it was the dad.
Because he
did what he had to do.
Well, no. Because he was still in the basement. Because remember, it gave you that little taste
of what it would be like.
of what it would have been like. Because you didn't know that when it was happening.
No, you thought that was how it played out.
You thought that's what happened, and then it was so sad.
And he was like,
when
but
it cut
until then,
back,
because
he's
you know
just
that's
in his
never going to
basement.
happen.
Right.
That dude will die alone.
He'll
in that
die in the
basement.
basement, and that son will be working forever.
Because who's going to feed him?
Exactly.
Because he'll eventually
If the house
get
is
caught.
vacant,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, he'll either get caught or go to jail, or he'll die of starvation.
Can
or
you imagine having
dehydration?
a huge basement in your house?
That's not even like a basement. That's like a bunker.
Yeah, it was a bunker because you went down a bunch of stairs.
Yeah, and it's all concrete walls. Yeah.
And how he did that letter in Morse code on the light.
Yeah. Well, it was great how he did it, even when he wasn't tied up.
Yeah.
He didn't do it with his hands. He always did it with his head. It's like he
Yeah.
was going insane.
Well, but the father did it with his hands.
Yeah. But the original guy who was down in the basement,
Yeah, he would just
he always did it
throw
with
his head at it.
I mean, well, he had been down there how long?
4 years, I think.
4 years?
Yeah.
Jesus.
He would go insane.
Oh, yeah. Not seeing sunlight.
Oh, God.
That was another thing that the director used and the cinematographer used to separate the classes. The low class people, the lower class, hardly any sunlight.
Yeah,
you
just
see
through
these
that little 4 little panels in there.
You see this green fluorescence and this sodium vapor coming off of this light coming out of the street lamps. You know, it's like this gritty orange, and it's disgusting, and it's just not
Yeah, I get what
clean.
you're
And then
saying,
every
yeah.
time they cut to the house, it's just bathed in sunlight. And they even went as far to mention that in the script. Sorry, excuse me.
Bless you.
They even went as far as to discuss that in the script, and like, yeah, that was glamorous.
Thanks.
No, they even went as far as to discuss the sunlight in the script because someone's opening a door. Like whenever they're sitting and they come out and they're like being held hostage,
Yeah, I know what you're
with the text, the video of the whole family staying there. And she was like, all you could think to do in this house was drink yourselves to death. When we're here, we go out and we bathe in the sunlight and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And the ghost story with the little boy, how he saw a ghost and it frightened him.
That shot where it was just the eyes, that was so creepy.
That was so scary. Yeah.
How do they do that? Because it's like just his eyes are illuminated.
Yeah. And he's coming out of those stairs. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
It was literally just like from the bridge of his nose up. Mm-hmm. That was crazy. But anyways, I think that about wraps it up for Parasite. Because we're at that 42-minute mark.
Hey, let me just say this. Parasite, I'm giving that picture status easy.
Easy picture status. I would agree.
Easy picture. It might even be up there for cinematic motion picture. But
That's
only
the
time
thing.
will tell.
Time will tell if it's a
Yeah.
cinematic motion picture.
Yeah. Hey,
I think
that's a total banger. You should watch it.
I wouldn't hesitate to say that it will be a cinematic motion picture in Korea.
Yeah. Yeah. It just
It has
stands
to
the test
be.
of time here.
It has to be.
I would
All right.
I would love for Parasite to win Best Picture.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't be
Well,
shocked if it did. Actually.
Originally, that's what I guessed.
Yeah.
So
I don't remember what I guessed.
I'm gonna keep that. On next episode, after we discuss the next 3 movies,
we need to kind of revise.
we're gonna
and update.
revise our ballots, having seen all the movies this time.
Yeah.
Anyways, this next movie we've talked it to death, so we're not gonna.
It goes by the name of Joker.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk it to death anymore. We're just gonna give a little
I
review
think
of
we've
the
talked
movie.
about it. Episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half, 6, 7, 7.5, and now 8. So
Yeah,
I think
so
we've-
not much to say about this movie that hasn't already been said.
Hey.
But Joker.
directed by Todd Phillips. Okay. Cinematography by Lawrence Sher. Okay.
Yeah, Very good. I wouldn't be upset if he won Best Cinematography. However,
That was great cinematography.
However, what I think was better cinematography, and I hate to go against it because Joker feels like, I don't know, it just feels like my baby. You know?
He had zero to do with it.
Joker feels like my baby, the movie, and I
Yeah.
had nothing to do with it. Just because.
Did the first time you go and see Joker, was that a sit and let the credits roll movie for you?
Yeah. Yeah, well, the first time I saw it was in the drive-in.
Oh, wow.
So the second time I saw it was really a better viewing experience.
Yeah.
Because it was in a theater. But the first time I saw it, it didn't take away from it.
No.
So I was sitting in my car, and it was hilarious because I could be loud. So I was in my car.
Were you alone?
I was with Sam.
Okay.
And she didn't want to see it because it looked scary. I was like, come on, we got to see it.
Yeah.
Come on. And we saw it. And honestly, I wish I could do this in the theater because it's so awesome. It's like us in the car. We saw Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
But immediately, as soon as the credits roll, you're like, what? What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was totally epic.
Rewind. We're watching that again. Yeah, I got to say, that was probably the only movie this year that really got me that amped.
Oh, what a great picture. Honestly.
Was that movie. I didn't get that amped. Now, second to that one, 1917.
That movie was good.
That did get me amped, but not quite as amped as I did for Joker.
I mean, just even like the cast of Joker. You know, I mean, it's centered around Joaquin and I guess De Niro's the main supporting. But I mean, you have Frances Conroy as his mother.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, but directed by Todd Phillips, who this is really his kind of debut film for these dark. Because before this, he was doing comedies. He directed all the Hangover movies.
And he did it's like he knew that he could. I don't know. It's like he did all those comedies, but it's like he already knew how to make a good drama. It's like, where did this come from?
So Joker was inspired by King of Comedy.
Yeah.
And Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
Kind of the same style. So he did. He did his research. It's not like comedy directors don't know cinema.
Well, yeah, of
You know.
course, I get that. Yeah, but it's just that.
but
What a great movie.
I'm curious. Let me look up his filmography here. Let me see. He's got The Hangover, War Dogs. That's actually a movie I watched the other day for the second time. I saw the movie in theaters, and then the credits rolled, and it said directed by Todd Phillips. I was like, dude, he directed Joker. Wow. It's like a moment where it's like, that's my dad. Dude, that's my dad up there. He did. He did A Star Is Born.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that
Okay,
either.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Due Date, Old School, Road Trip, Hangover Part 3 and 2, Starsky and Hutch.
Wow.
Lot of comedies, but he's done. I guess it was a more gradual than I thought.
Yeah.
Going into it,
I didn't know that,
doing
yeah.
Star Is Born and War Dogs.
Yeah.
Prior to that.
But even like Zazie Beetz, phenomenal in that.
Yeah.
As Sophie.
Yeah.
In that Joker movie.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, she's overlooked a lot.
Yeah. What else has she been in?
I don't know, but I want to talk about the score for this movie. We've talked about it before, but the score did probably more for this movie than anything else.
It influenced the performances.
I want to say even if the role wasn't played by Joaquin, but still had the score, it'd still be a powerful movie. You know?
Oh yeah, it would. Yeah, that score was.
Yeah, but
Once in a
I also
lifetime.
feel bad saying that because Joaquin just owned the movie.
No, you're just
You
saying that how good that score was.
Right, I'm
I mean,
trying
I
to
don't think that
emphasize.
movie would be. I mean, Joaquin
It wouldn't be the
brought that
same.
movie together. You know.
He did. Joaquin was kind of he was the last puzzle piece.
Well, he's the whole.
Tied
He's
everything
the
together.
movie. I mean,
He
come
is
on.
the movie.
It's literally him.
But I'm just saying that score, the movie wouldn't be the same without the score. Because without the score, well, one, all the emotion would be stripped from it. You know?
Yeah.
Not all of it, obviously, because
Well, that
Joaquin brings
dance
so much
scene in
from it.
the bathroom would not have happened.
Right.
Because it was originally supposed to be.
Yeah, no.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
It was originally supposed to be Joaquin run into, or Arthur Fleck
Yeah. Runs into the bathroom.
run into the bathroom, kind of mental breakdown.
Yeah.
And he just killed these 3 guys.
Yeah, he's supposed to hide the gun.
Yeah, hide the gun, and then he just kind of becomes the Joker.
Yeah,
But
and we've
at this
talked about this 2 episodes ago.
Oh,
I
we
think.
did.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
but so
Yeah.
I don't want to go that into it. But
We're sorry, guys.
yeah.
Sorry, I apologize.
We're already coming to the end of this segment because I mean we've just talked it all to death.
Yeah, but we just had to do it for the best picture.
Yeah.
Little thing there.
All right. Well, it's nominated in 11 categories at the Oscars. It stars the one and only Joaquin Phoenix. Those are our notes for Joker.
Oh, here's a little tidbit.
Just a
You know
little
who was
recap.
supposed to play Thomas Wayne originally?
No,
Alec Baldwin.
I'm glad he didn't.
I think he would have been fine.
Really.
Yeah.
I just have a hard time.
The
these
guy
days.
who they got kind of looks like him, Brett Cullen.
I just have a hard time these days when I watch Alec Baldwin, because I don't see anything but Alec Baldwin.
Interesting. He's
After-
he's done some good stuff.
He has. I mean, oh shoot, what's the movie? A always be C closing, always be closing.
Huh? What?
It's a movie.
It just you're saying random words. A always
No,
A
no,
B
no.
B club A.
Alec Baldwin. Oh my God, why can't I think of the movie?
Look, hey,
Googling it.
hey,
I'm Googling it.
filmography.
That's what I'm doing.
Alec Baldwin. What's it called? It's a long name like that.
No. That's the line from the movie. I'm looking for it.
Well, this is awkward.
Glengarry Glen Ross.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's by David.
I don't know.
I can't think of it.
I don't know. But hey, that's not on the list this week.
David Mamet. Yeah.
We're not talking about that movie. Because I watched him. He was
That's
in
originally a famous American play.
right, but he originally he had a part in Black Klansman at the beginning.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, and when I saw that, I was just kind of like, oh,
What? Why have I not seen this movie?
what?
Listen to the cast for this Glenn Ross movie, 1992, because I've seen the play. Al Pacino, Jack Lemmon, who was one of the original Odd Couple, Alec Baldwin, Ed Harris, Alan Arkin, Kevin Spacey, and Jonathan Pryce.
Yeah, I've seen it.
That's a banger cast.
I've seen it. I need to rewatch it because I watched it when I was younger. But hey, banger, and maybe one of my favorite monologues by Alec Baldwin,
God.
or monologues in general, but by
Yeah,
Alec Baldwin.
I need to see that.
Do you want to? At the end of this episode, you want to watch that monologue?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, because we do have a little bit of extra time considering Joker didn't take up 20 minutes.
Well, it's only supposed to take up 10.
Right, but I mean, we allotted 15 minutes for recommendations of the week.
True.
So you don't need that. All right, let me make that note.
Well, we're going to move on from Joker. I think now we talk about Ford versus Ferrari.
Yeah, now this is another great movie.
This was a good movie.
This movie is directed by James Mangold. Some movies from him are Walk the Line.
With Joaquin.
Yeah, and Reese Witherspoon. 3:10 to Yuma and Logan. He did Logan. Everyone loved Logan. I didn't see it,
Neither did I.
but everyone was raving about it.
Um,
So, I don't know. But anyways, this movie stars Christian Bale, Matt Damon, Tracy Letts, and John Bernthal.
And
Who, by the way,
let's talk
John
about this.
Bernthal is killing it.
yeah.
He's another one like, oh my God, who's the guy, the Irishman that we talked about? Who's like an everything
Jesse
now?
Plemons?
Yeah. He's another one like him.
Well, let's just talk about this. Are you familiar with Tracy Letts?
Yes.
Do you know he wrote August Osage County?
Really?
He wrote that play and that movie that Meryl Streep was in.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote it. This dude is a Pulitzer Prize winning playwright.
Holy crap.
He was in Seinfeld on one episode. He was just on Broadway starring in All My Sons.
Well, he was in something I watched the other day.
I mean, he's total boss is what he is.
Let me read off some of his movies. Ford vs. Ferrari, Lady Bird, August, Osage County.
was in Lady Bird. I
Little
forgot about that.
Little Women he was in.
Oh, he was? Okay.
Yeah, I watched that the other day. The Post, another great movie. Big Short. My God, he's got an impressive filmography, doesn't he?
Yeah, he really does. Wow.
Yeah, those are the big names.
Yeah, he's a boss, is what he is.
Yeah, he's very, very good.
And
And he was good. He had a pretty small role in Little Women, but very good.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Broadway with it was him. Oh, and Annette Bening.
Yeah.
I can't. For All My Sons by Arthur Miller.
I can't wait for you to see Little Women because of the acting.
Oh, I love it.
It's so good. I mean, Saoirse Ronan,
Oh yeah,
Timothée Chalamet.
yeah.
He was extraordinary in it.
Really?
I'm not going to go into it yet because that's next week's episode.
Yeah, it's next
but-
week. It's next week, Thomas.
Yeah. Anyways, I was excited. All right, Ford versus Ferrari. This movie. Let's talk about while we're on acting, Christian Bale, who is quickly becoming one of my top favorite actors. I've watched a couple movies with him. I watched Vice the other day. Holy crap, that's amazing.
That was one of that might be one of his masterpieces.
Really?
It is one of his masterpieces.
Well, and might I point out, at the SAG Awards last week, Joaquin won again for Joker. And gave
and what he told what a great speech.
He
for
gave an
him.
incredible speech.
Yeah. He didn't take
gave a
any of the
nod.
sunlight for himself, the spotlight for himself. He gave it all back to the actors.
No, he made a little quip about every other nominee.
Yeah.
He talked about Christian. He talked about DiCaprio. He told DiCaprio he'd been looking up to him for 20 years,
Yeah,
even though Joaquin's older than him, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
But man, he talked to Christian Bale. I think Christian Bale is one of his favorite actors.
Yeah, he said something, Christian, I just wish you'd turn in one bad performance.
Yeah.
Give me so much joy
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, he was like, you just bring so much to your roles, and it's incredible when I look up to you. And
I mean, has he really ever done a bad performance? I mean, he really hasn't.
I mean, really, probably the least significant role that he's done. Well, I guess not in like a classic like drama motion picture type of film was Batman. You know, but even
But
then,
that's
Batman-
regarded as one of the best, as the best superhero movie of all time.
I would
by
agree.
some.
No, I would agree.
So
with
like,
that.
I don't even think you can say that.
It's just more of a comic book movie is the difference.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like say The Master. You know, where it's a deep drama.
Yeah. I mean, he was in The Big Short. You know,
Yeah. Did you see
he
that?
was in The Fighter. Yes, but it's been a few years.
Yeah, very, very good. I think in that movie, do you know who's in that? Margot Robbie.
Oh, really? And
But
I
only-
know
but
Steve
only-
Carell's in there too.
But only for like a 2-minute clip.
Oh,
They
really?
do this.
No,
funny-
Steve Carell's not. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
They do this funny thing where they cut away, like when they say a word that they know the audience probably doesn't know.
Yeah.
They cut away to this like celebrity just playing themselves, explaining this word.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
so
funny.
Margot Robbie had one. She's sitting in the bathtub
Oh,
drinking
and-
champagne.
And Selena Gomez has one. Richard
Yeah.
Dollar has one. Oh, wow. Anthony Bourdain has one too.
yeah. That's the one I
Wow.
remember, Anthony Bourdain. But they cut away to Margot Robbie. She's sitting in the bathtub drinking champagne. She's just explaining this word. It's so funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Anyways, Christian Bale in it. He killed it.
Yeah.
He killed it. He plays this very British driver. Has this kind of brotherly relationship with Matt Damon's character, who also was very good in it. I mean, there wasn't as much demand from his role as there was for Christian Bale's role, acting wise, and I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean,
if that's really.
it's just
I don't know if I
they're-
agree with that.
They're
but
very different roles.
They're very different. Yes, but yeah. Okay, I'll give you.
Um,
they are different, but I don't know about the whole demand thing.
I think maybe one of the more complex characters in it though was Tracy Letts' character playing
Yeah, very much so.
I almost said Harrison Ford.
Henry Ford the second.
Yeah, Henry Ford.
Yeah, I mean, Ford versus.
Yeah, because he was a very prideful character.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, he told him to go to war because he didn't want to lose his pride.
Well,
he didn't
because
want to damage his
he
ego.
didn't he didn't like being called Henry Ford the second, like
No.
having to be like not even
Well,
couldn't live up to his
and
father.
remember whenever that Ferrari guy said Henry or Ford just makes dirty cars and dirty factories.
Yeah.
And then John Bernthal's character is explaining this to him, like, "What did he say?
Yeah. Yeah.
He called you fat, sir."
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah. He called you the son of Henry Ford.
"He said you're not Henry Ford."
Yeah. I tell you who did
And
great.
then, who?
Josh Lucas as BB, was that his name?
BB.
Leo BB. Yeah. He was like the guy
Is he like the marketing?
who was in charge, and then he wasn't in charge. He was the head of like the Mustang part, and Christian Bale's character insulted
Oh,
him.
he was kind of the antagonist.
And then
kind of
he didn't want them to win, even though that they were on the same team. He wanted
Yeah.
them to lose.
Because he's the one that organized the photo at the end of the race.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he, if you look, I knew I had seen him in something, and then I went and looked at his filmography. Listen to this: American Psycho, which
wow.
is with Christian Bale, A Beautiful Mind. That's a phenomenal picture with Russell Crowe and Ed Harris. But Sweet Home Alabama, An Unfinished Life, Glory Road, The Lincoln Lawyer, J. Edgar, Ford versus Ferrari. He's in Yellowstone with Kevin Costner, the new series out now. Yeah, this dude has been in stuff.
He's been around the block.
Yeah, he's definitely been around the block. But for the Oscars, I don't know if this will win Best Picture.
I don't think it will. It's up against some serious competition.
I understand why it was nominated because it was great, but I do think it'll definitely win Best Sound. Is it not?
Yeah.
Let me see.
I think I might have put that actually because of all the cars.
Yeah,
sound editing and there's a lot of opportunity there for.
Yeah, I put sound editing for Ford versus Ferrari.
Let me see what I put. Oh my God, sorry, my headphone wire is getting tangled up in the board right now. Sound editing, yeah, I put Ford versus Ferrari. Mixing, I put Ad Astra.
I put 1917.
Yeah, it might go to. We're gonna make our revisions.
Yeah, but yeah.
Probably next episode.
What else was it nominated for? Ford versus Ferrari. It was nominated for film editing. Okay.
Ford versus Ferrari. Here, I wrote them all down. Best actor, best supporting actor, best picture, best director, best screenplay, best sound mixing, best sound editing, best costume design, best production design.
Wow. Okay.
It's nominated for a lot. I don't think it'll go to costume design, production design, maybe actually, but
it could. I wouldn't be shocked if it went to screenplay. Who else is nominated for screenplay?
Tarantino.
Oh yeah, no.
It'll go to him.
Yeah.
But anyways, I wrote down. This is a note. This is literally I wrote this down in the thing, in the outline. It says crispy cinematography.
Please explain.
Such a warm vibe throughout the movie,
Yeah.
and it looks so good because the sun and the sunsets are reflecting off the hoods of these shiny cars, and
You're right.
I mean, it's shot. I don't know if it was shot digital or film, but it just looked crispy.
Yeah, you're right.
You know?
It looked very nice.
And Christian Bale, it worked really well because Christian Bale was really tan in the movie.
yeah,
You know, and I think he lost weight for it too.
yeah, he looked really skinny.
He looked skinny
yeah.
in it, and a little older too.
And he's been known to lose weight and gain weight for his films.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
The Machinist,
He
The
killed it.
Machinist. I mean,
Yeah.
or whatever. I don't.
yeah.
I've seen the movie, but I
I don't know. Don't ask me how to pronounce things. I've been saying things wrong this whole episode.
Yeah, us.
No, it was just a beautiful movie. Beautiful
Yeah.
movie. Now, I don't think it'll win Best Cinematography because, I mean, it's up against 1917, which I thought the cinematography was some of the
Hey.
best I've ever seen.
How is film editing? How is 1917 not nominated for film editing?
I don't think it was that complicated for the editing.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
There wasn't
It
that
was
much of it.
shots. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It was just all the editing they had to do was stitch these shots together and make
Yeah,
it
you're
look
right.
seamless, which
You're
is
right.
just a couple transitions and masking. But you know what masking is?
No, please tell me.
Hey, here's a little filmmaking tidbit.
give me that.
All right, when you're editing, there's this thing called masking, which you can do when you shoot on actual film. But now there's obviously a digital version of it, as is everything. But basically, you layer these two shots, and then you cut a hole in one of them, frame by frame,
Okay.
so that, say, a person walks across frame, that you can cut out along their outline as they're moving across the frame, and then they act as a wipe into the next frame. And
Wow.
1917 did that a lot, and I've
Yeah,
done that
they
in a
did.
couple of my vlogs and stuff like
Oh,
that.
okay.
So you can, it's pretty easy. Now they did it. Obviously, it was more complicated.
Yeah.
You know, they shot anticipating doing that, and they planned where it was going to happen. So, but anyways, we're talking about Ford versus Ferrari. Production design, it might go to
Yeah. It
for
could.
the cars.
It easily could.
The cars, the garages,
Yeah.
the track.
Yeah. It did have a good production design. But I tell you who was great in that movie, the little boy.
Yeah, he was like
Wow.
when the hey
Spoiler alert.
Thank you, Thomas.
Spoiler alert.
when the car exploded
Spoiler
and
alert.
Christian Bale was in it.
Spoiler.
Which time? The first or the second time?
Well, the first time,
Yeah.
and because he had told him right before that, he was like, or was it after that first explosion where he's like, it doesn't matter as long as they get out,
Yeah.
you know? And he's like, did he get out? Did he get out?
Wow.
Damn. Yeah, but
He's only
okay.
14.
Tracy Letts, I think his best performance in that movie was when he got in the car with Matt Damon.
Mm-hmm.
And he just
yeah.
really
He
took him
started
for a
crying.
spin, and he started crying.
Because he wanted his dad.
Hilarious,
But really
but
powerful.
also really
Yeah.
good. Just really good.
Wow. Initially, Ford versus Ferrari was going to star Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt,
Really.
but the project fell apart.
I'm glad it didn't. The cast was really good. Matt Damon and Christian Bale were great on screen together.
They did kill it.
Especially in that little fight scene they had with the like the brotherly fight. He goes for the can and then puts it down. He's like, "No, that would hurt too much."
Yeah,
and then
he
goes for
grabs
the loaf of bread.
Yeah,
That was great.
yeah, it would.
You know, and I watched some interviews about this last night. And he was talking about that. He said, "Yeah, there's like this brotherly line.
Yeah.
That's not to be crossed. Like whether it's a best friend or your actual brother, there's this line that's not to be crossed. You can fight, but if you know it's actually going to hurt them,
Yeah,
you know,
don't-
you
don't.
just kind of, it's unspoken, and you know what crosses the line and you know what doesn't. It's like instinct.
Yeah,
Hitting your friend in the head with a soup can,
that might hurt
crossing
a little
the line.
bit. Yeah,
And it's funny when you go for the bread because you're just it's more of a tussle rather than a fight.
Oh, the
Tussle.
wife, Christian Bale's character's wife in that movie was in Super 8, Money Monster,
Hey,
and Now You See Me.
have you seen Super 8?
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Banger.
J.J. Abrams killed. I think it's one of his best movies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was, who produced it? Spielberg produced it, right?
Yes.
And Abrams directed it?
Yeah, you know they're like best friends.
Oh, really?
I don't know about best friends, but they're like it's like a mentorship or an apprenticeship type of thing.
Oh,
because
really?
J.J. Abrams had some film at a film festival, and Spielberg saw it and just took him under his wing.
What a boss.
Could you imagine
What a boss.
having a film like put it in Sundance or South by or whatever, and Spielberg sees it and he's like, "Hey,
Hey,
I
I
like
like this dude.
I like you.
Yeah, what a boss.
I'm gonna teach you some things.
What
I'm gonna make you big."
gonna make you big.
Fast forward a couple years, he's directing the freaking Star Wars reboot. My
Yeah.
God. Now that movie I did enjoy, the first of the reboots, but after that it kind of just went downhill.
I haven't seen most of them.
the-
I think I've only seen 4, 5, and 6 of Star Wars.
You should watch The Force Awakens. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Cinematography wise. I mean, it's J.J. Abrams. You got those extravagant lens flares, you know, and
Yeah.
all that crazy stuff. But in Super 8, remember the train scene?
Oh.
The train crash?
God,
That was insane. Oh my God. I remember
that movie has your heart racing.
Yeah, that was one of the movies that I first watched when I was getting into filmmaking. It was one of the first ones that I really studied,
Yeah,
and
makes sense.
kind of influenced me as a filmmaker a little bit. You know, because I mean it's about young filmmakers.
Yeah,
You know, I mean these
course.
guys get a freaking little Super 8 camera. They're trying to make a little home movie. You know, and it's awesome. He's like, dude, the production. Oh, what's that freaking term? I feel like an idiot now because I'm talking as this filmmaker. I don't know what it's called. The production value. He's like, dude, this train's coming. We got to roll. The production value of this
Yeah.
is gonna be insane. and then they catch the train crash on. He's like, oh my God.
insane, bro.
He's like, that's gonna look amazing on film.
Yeah,
That's totally like a student film thing to say.
Yeah.
Train crash happens. He's like, the production value of this is gonna be crazy.
yeah, exactly.
Dude, that shot was crazy. I mean, I was on a lot of sets when I was at SCAD where we do these little shitty rigs, which is literally like an official term in the film industry, a shitty rig.
Oh yeah.
When you do something, you don't really have the budget for it. And you just kind of have to fashion this thing. Like, I can't tell you how many times we put cameras loosely on top of ladders.
Jeez,
$80,000 cameras on top of a ladder. You
that seems a little scary.
throw a sandbag on top of it, throw a sandbag underneath
just
it, and
toast.
call it a day.
It's toast. Like that one time when someone threw your backpack on the ground with a lens in it.
In Mayo's classes one time, hey Chloe, this one's for you. In Mayo's classes one time, I had a lens. It's a Rokinon. Now,
To be fair, did you have it in a case, or was it just placed in the backpack?
no, it was in my backpack because we were filming something that day, and I needed
Okay.
it. But it was in kind of like the cup holder section of my backpack.
Yeah.
But
You
it
had
wasn't.
it-
It wasn't visible. It was like
Yeah.
a zipper one. And it was sitting in my chair, and Chloe went to go sit down in my chair and took my backpack and tossed it on the floor. I walk in right as it happened, and I go, Chloe.
You knew it was toast, right?
I knew it. I heard it.
Oh, you
I heard
did?
it. I heard it because it landed right on it, and I didn't hear like the shatter or anything. I just heard like I heard the plastic just like hit it. It was like pretty solid thud because it was a heavy piece of glass, and I was just oh man, oh no.
You knew you were
because
toast.
now it's SCAD. Those lenses they're not great.
Yeah.
It was just like I had bought it with my own money.
It's a matter of principle.
Right.
Yeah.
I had bought it. Now for me, $500 is a lot bigger of a deal than it is for a major college film school. You know, at SCAD we called those lenses the fantastic plastic because they just got the job done.
Yeah.
You know, and they come in your basic 24, 35, 50, 85, 135. You know, stuff like that. But it was. I remember this vividly. It was a 35 millimeter Rokinon T 1.5. Threw it on the ground, cracked it. Now it cracked the UV filter that was on it just to protect the lens. Well, protected the lens, the front portion of it, but an internal had broken in it. No longer could I
toast.
I could no longer. I mean, I could still focus it, but I could no longer use.
You didn't stand a chance.
I could no longer use the aperture blades. The ring had separated from the blades, and it was just stuck at 1.5.
Okay.
So if you're filming in low light, it's still useful. But I eventually just sanded it down, painted it gold, and mounted it to a little stand and gave it to her as a trophy.
As a trophy.
I gave it to her as a trophy when we graduated. 'Cause
Congratulations.
It
You
became
played
a
yourself.
became a running joke, still to this day. Chloe. Shout out. Thank you so much for breaking my lens.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
It's all right. I've gone up in the world. I have much nicer lenses now. So, anyways, not to flex on y'all.
Not to flex or anything.
Not to flex, but it's hey, it's 110. Let's wrap up.
Yeah. So Ford versus Ferrari. I give it a high film, low picture.
I would agree with that. I would agree because a film seems like
It's a strong film.
strong film, but
It could possibly be a picture.
maybe a weak picture. You know,
It
I don't want to use the word weak.
No, I
But
don't give it weak because that was a great movie.
It was great, but
It's just
Where-
I'm comparing to the films of this year best.
yeah, 4 stars.
Yeah, I give it 4 stars out of 5. Yeah.
4 stars. Very entertaining, incredible performances, incredibly directed, just
Oh, what I
all
wanted
around.
to tell
Highly
you,
recommend.
that let me hold. I just got it. I got to tell you this, just because if you're like me, I love one of my favorite things about watching movies is seeing the supporting cast and seeing where all they've been because how successful they are of all the stuff they've been in, but they don't ever get the credit or recognition.
Yeah, hey, let's give him a shout out on here on Real Talk.
Well, I mean, he's known in the industry. Of
I know.
course.
Well, I mean, let's just give them the
But,
credit they deserve.
I'll tell you this. Ray McKinnon is a boss. Okay,
Who is he?
he was the what would you call that? Like his right hand man, Matt Damon's right hand man in The Thing. He was kind of like he was kind of like the mechanic.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he stayed there late working on the car.
Yeah. Okay. He was in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? If you haven't seen that, you definitely should.
Haven't seen it.
You haven't seen that? The Coen brothers. It's a modern day retelling of the Odyssey,
Haven't
but
seen
set
it.
in like Louisiana with John Turturro, George Clooney. Great movie. He was in Apollo 13. Okay.
Have seen that.
He was in
Love it. What are you playing Apollo 13?
Jerry Bostock or Bostock, Fido White.
Okay.
He was in The Blind Side.
Good movie.
He was in The Missing. He was in Dolphin Tale, the remake of Footloose. He was in.
Dolphin Tale.
I'll tell you what my personal favorite thing that he was in. I believe he was in Deadwood.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, you don't know what Deadwood is? Oh, no. Thomas, you're missing out.
This is why I lie a lot.
Hey, I get that though.
You know, because whenever people say, "Have you seen this?" and you're like, "No," then they go, "What?
Okay,
You haven't seen it?"
I don't like that though. Like I get not seeing it, and you feel like I should be seeing it, but like I don't get the whole thing of like, how have you not seen it? Like, how is it a sin that I haven't seen?
Yeah, there's a million movies.
Yeah.
I've
Why can't some slip through the cracks? You know, what's the deal with like?
I've been trying. I've watched 14 movies this
And what's
month.
the you know, I've only had an X amount of years on this planet, an X amount of those X amount of years.
Yeah,
where
well,
I'm able to understand these movies.
It's really annoying coming from an older generation.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What? You haven't seen Metropolis from 1923 or whenever that movie came out? 29 maybe." When did that come out? I feel stupid. I think it's 29.
I have no idea.
Olis film. Came out in 1927. Frick, dude. Got it wrong. I have seen that movie, though. So I'm a little bit of a hypocrite. Silent film. Halfway decent. Should watch it. Hey, you know what I watched the other day?
What's that?
Film from 1902.
Really?
A Trip to the Moon.
Was it good?
You seen Hugo, Martin Scorsese?
Yes.
You know the moon in it with the bullet in its eye?
Yes.
That's where that originated from.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, A Trip to the Moon. It's this old, I mean, it's creepy to watch it, but it wasn't made to be creepy.
It's just because
It's just creepy because of the
Is
music.
it French?
And it's, ooh, that's a good question. I'm not sure.
How long was it?
It's like 18 minutes.
Oh, so was it just on like YouTube or something?
It's on Netflix, I think.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. A Trip to the Moon.
Was it a silent film?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, music and stuff, but yeah, A Trip to the Moon came out in 1902. It's 18 minutes long. Yeah. Let me see. I'm looking up to see. Yeah, no, it is French.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how to say the director's name. Georges Méliès or something. I don't know. Georges Méliès.
That's good to know.
Yeah, you should watch it.
It's on Netflix?
Don't take any time. Yeah.
A Trip to the Moon?
I was also watching a Charlie Chaplin film on YouTube the other day.
Oh, really?
What a god he is, dude.
He was
Those
a boss.
movies are funny. You know what I can't stand? When people say they don't like watching black and white movies.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
It's so simple-minded.
A Trip to the Moon.
It's the same thing as with subtitles.
No.
You're
Tom,
missing out on
it's
so
not.
many different movies.
No.
It's not?
No.
Well, you're on the UK.
No, I took off.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it used to be on there. A Trip to the Moon?
Yeah.
Well, then it's probably on YouTube. Let me see. YouTube. Hey, while you're on YouTube watching Trip to the Moon, subscribe to Real Talk on YouTube.
You can watch the videos of our RTS shorts.
You can. Those are full video podcasts. All right,
They're only
guys?
28 to 30 minutes long.
Yeah. Go watch them.
Sorry for the quick plug.
Hey, do you know what the first narrative film ever made was called?
What's that?
The Great Train Robbery.
Oh, I know this. I've heard
And
of
did
this.
you know, you might know this, I think I might have told you this before, but the audience might not know this.
Yeah, you told me this. Yeah.
When the movie came out in theaters, and theaters didn't really exist then like they do now. They were really small theaters, and you just watch them on the screen. And a lot of times they were just little booths that you'd go in, you pay a nickel or something, and you watch it. Because these movies are pretty short, like 18 minutes, for example. Yeah, it's on, Trip to the Moon is on YouTube. But when there's a shot in The Great Train Robbery from from like where the camera's on the tracks and the train's coming straight at the camera, people jumped out of their seats because they thought they were about to get hit by a train.
Wow.
Can you imagine how crazy that would be to see?
Well, I mean, it makes sense because when you think about it, the only like form similar to that of a movie in that time that was common
like a
was
play. It's like
plays,
live.
which were live and there. So I mean,
yeah. I mean, God, if I could time travel and see that, you know, that'd be incredible. Because now movies are just so like, even in 3D, we're not amused.
yeah.
Also, little note, sidebar, whatever the fuck. I hate 3D.
Really?
I hate it. It's nauseating.
Yeah,
I
it is
can't
kind
focus
of
on it.
nauseating. But I mean, it's really only used for like kid movies nowadays.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I saw Jurassic World.
In 3D?
In 3D because I had to. It was the only showing. The standard screenings were sold out.
What if they made 3D contacts? That'd be really nice.
Oh, yeah. Well, part of the nuisance of a 3D movie is the glasses.
Yeah. No one likes them.
No, I mean now, granted, they are better than the old red and blue paper glasses that you used to get.
Those were.
Do you remember those?
Yeah, I remember those. Those are classics.
Yeah.
Now you can't even really tell the color in them.
No. Hey, funny side note. I was in New Mexico on my ski trip a couple weeks ago, you know?
Yeah.
We went into this little shop, this little local place in Taos, New Mexico. That's Taos, for those of you who are curious how you spell that. Don't you love words spelled weird?
Love it.
Taos,
like
T-A-O-S,
Bear,
like-
like Bear County.
Yeah, well, like
Which is spelled Bexar.
Well, like when two vowels are next to each other.
Yeah.
You're like, how do you say this? My
What is
God.
this?
Taos. Anyways, that was stupid. Well, anyways, we went into the store and this lady, yep, there they are. This lady she was selling her paintings and she'd figured out how to make them 3D.
Wow.
So you put on those same 3D glasses and they're 3D. So she had like
That's
these.
actually
like,
really cool.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't know how she did. I asked her and she's like, don't want to give away my secrets. But
Yeah.
also, even if I did, it would take me years to explain it because it took me 20 years to figure out.
Yeah, how to do it.
I was like, Jesus. But it was really cool because she was doing these like New Mexico landscapes, you know, these big rock formations and
Yeah.
things like that. But in the background, it was like galaxies in space.
Oh,
So
wow.
you could tell the different planes and these
Yeah.
different dimensions, kind of. It was really cool. I have no idea how she did it. Although part of me was like a little skeptical. I was like, I think this is probably really easy. This might be really easy to do.
It's just hard to figure out.
It's hard
how
to
do
figure
it.
out.
Yeah.
And so she's like, I don't want to tell him because I need to seem more credible and my prices need to be seem more worth it. That's the
Interesting.
that's the
process.
skeptic in me,
Yeah.
you know. But I mean, tell you what, I couldn't do it.
No.
I couldn't. I couldn't make a 3D picture of a stick figure. I went to. I took color theory, design, and drawing.
You took drawing?
Yeah, had to.
Oh, wow.
It's required. That's like one of the.
Are you a good drawer?
I'm not the worst. I did draw a pretty fire tape dispenser one time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just because I had to. You had to draw like.
You don't have to, but you had to.
I had to.
Yeah.
I had to. In these circumstances, I had to draw a tape dispenser. We would do these things that's really funny called blind contours, where excuse me.
Bless you.
Yeah. We would do these things called blind contours where you can't take the pen off the paper and you can't look at it. You just had to look at what you were drawing and draw it
Oh, God.
like that. And then
Yeah.
you look down, it'd be so bad. Be so bad. It was the easiest assignment I've ever done because you could just make something that looks like it's horrible.
Yeah.
And it was like good
get
job.
graded on it.
It was like good job. I see what you did here with this and how it represents the human nature whenever we're struck with tragedy. and you're like, what, dude? Just drawing a tape dispenser. What the hell are you talking about? That's one of the great joys of going to an art school. If
You're surrounded by people that are 10 times smarter.
if you're a good bullshitter,
Oh.
you'll do fine.
Jeez.
Because
Well, you got to apply yourself.
yeah, no, but like you kind of have to be because the professors are all looking for this deep meaning in things, and it's like, hey man, sometimes it's just a picture of a cactus. You know,
There's always a deeper meaning, I think, Thomas.
I don't know, not for the students. I mean, some of them do. Some of them take it seriously, but there's people like me who just have to do that class because they're required.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm just drawing a cone because you said I have to draw a cone to get a good grade in this class. The cone doesn't mean anything. Neither does the composition, frankly. I just made all that up. Because every time you did a project, you had to write like a statement about it
Yeah.
to like kind of give the viewer context as to what they're looking at. It kind of like allows them to think deeper about it. Those were the funnest things to write.
Really?
Because I would just make it this meaning, this bull crap meaning. And I did this in design because we had to do these like bigger projects in design,
Yeah.
like with paint and all these different medias. So funny because when you present it to the class, the whole class knows it's bullshit. But the teacher's like, oh my gosh, yes.
So,
Yes.
so everybody's just like laughing.
Yeah, yes. It's ridiculous, but it's so fun. But at the same time, it's a pain in the ass, to say the least, because these projects are very time consuming.
That's a shame.
But at least it's funny when you present it. That is
Hey,
if you
that's all
don't
that
have
matters.
like anxiety about public speaking. But usually, like, I mean, the way SCAD did it, you're pretty friendly with all the kids in your class because I mean, at least your first year, because they do this thing. It's like blocks.
Oh, you're telling me about this where you have a class with
They
people on
they
your
make
floor?
they choose one class for you and they put you in the class with a bunch of people from your floor.
Okay, that's cool.
That way you get to know people from your floor and you got like neighbors and stuff like that, and, you know, and you're friendly with them, which is good on paper.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of things look good on paper. Communism, that's one of them. Doesn't work out in real life though. I've tried. I'm just kidding. I'm not a communist. Jesus. All right. Hey, We're at that 123 mark, Carson. You want to get into our recommendations of the week?
Oh boy, yeah, we better do that.
That was a nice little candid section there,
Nice,
wasn't it?
Yeah, it
That was
really
good.
tied. It really
Talked
tied
about
the room together.
communism.
Hey, Thomas, can I ask a random question? Have you ever seen the movie The Big Lebowski?
Clips.
Thomas, I'm really disappointed.
It's on my list.
How could you not have watched that?
I don't know. I just peeked. I apologize, people. Mic number 1 just turned red.
Hold this L.
Yeah, give it.
There's the L.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Thomas, I think, who went first last time?
I did. So you go.
All right. I saw Thomas's recommendation already. Let me just tell you, we're not recommending films to you. We're not recommending movies.
These are straight up.
We're not recommending pictures.
And it says on both of them in all caps, cinematic motion picture. These are both bangers.
These are classics, and it's almost to the point where us recommending them to you, we shouldn't even have to, because you should already have watched these.
Yeah, no, these are not little underground films.
No.
Mine more than Carson's. Not being underground. I mean, mine is more underground than Carson's,
Yeah.
but Jesus Christ. All right, what is it? What is it?
All right.
We
My
built-
picture, my cinematic motion picture is a 1990 American,
Oh, did it really come out in 90?
Italian crime film directed by Martin Scorsese, produced by Irwin Winkler.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Irwin Winkler is?
No.
Hold that L. He did Raging Bull.
Oh,
He's done
really?
some stuff for
Okay.
And it's about the rise and fall of Henry Hill, played by Ray Liotta, alongside Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci.
Jesus Christ, Carson, what's the
Called
name of it?
Goodfellas. Give me that. This movie is such a banger. The United States Film Registry, the Library of Congress, is preserving this because it is historically and aesthetically significant.
Wow.
Give me that. Okay, this picture, it's a little long. Don't get me wrong. I think it's 2.5 hours. Not terrible, but great movie. Great movie. I just I think even Samuel L. Jackson has a little bit of a role in it. Yeah, I remember him being in it somewhere. It's not that long of a role. But one of my personal favorites. If you like Scorsese, if you like De Niro, this might be one of their masterpieces. Joe Pesci, you think I'm funny, I amuse you like a clown. That was all improv. Total banger.
Yeah.
You just don't beat that.
Speaking of which, before we get to mine, do you want to watch that scene?
I would love to.
It is a freaking classic.
Nothing would give me more pleasure.
It is a classic. All right, let's watch this.
What's really funny is the fucking bank job away in Secaucus. I'm in the middle of the fucking weeds, laying down. Comes over, he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm resting." "Here, you're resting? Got a fucking beach in the park." I said, "I'm resting." "I know I'm resting. They pull me in, they start giving me all kinds of questions, this and that. He says, "Oh, so what are you gonna tell us, tough guy?" I said, "My usual, zero, nothing. I tell you, the fuck." He says, "No, you're gonna tell me something today, tough guy." I said, "All right, I'll tell you something. Go fuck your mother."
Jesus.
This section is not PG.
Strong language warning.
Kinda late for that.
Yeah.
I start to come out of it. Who do I see in front of me? This big prick again. He says, "Oh, what do you want to tell me now, tough guy?" I said, "Ming, what are you doing here? I thought I'd tell you to go fuck your mother."
What a classic.
I thought he was gonna shit.
Ray
Ray Liotta is amazing in this.
Gee, I wish I was big just once.
You're a funny guy.
Big cops.
Really funny.
What do you mean I'm funny?
Takes it as an
So
offense.
subtle.
Yeah.
Good story. It's funny. You're a funny guy.
What do you mean? You mean the way I talk? What?
It's just, you're just funny. It's funny, the way you tell the story and everything.
Funny how? I mean, what's funny about it?
Tommy, no, you got it all wrong.
Oh, Anthony. He's a big boy. He knows what he said. What'd you say?
You're right.
Funny how?
All improvised.
What?
Just,
It was?
You're
Yeah, it
funny.
was, right?
You mean,
So?
let me understand this, because maybe it's me, I'm a little fucked up, maybe. But I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you? To make you laugh, I'm here to fucking amuse you. What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny?
Not just, you know how you tell the story. What?
No, I don't know. You said it. How do I know? You said I'm funny. How the fuck am I funny? What the fuck is this?
So
What a
good,
boss.
man.
This went down in cinema history.
Oh, for sure.
Get the fuck out of here. Tommy.
I almost had it.
Oh, man. That is a classic.
Yeah,
Hey,
it is.
Incredible recommendation this week from Carson Davis.
Thank you.
Hey.
It's your boy.
Yes.
Thank you,
give me
Carson, for that
give me
one. Now I've got one for you. Do you want to know what it is? Nah, they don't. Let's just end this episode.
just leave him hanging.
Yeah. All right, guys. Mine. This movie shaped me
Yeah, this
As a
is one of
person-
Thomas's favorites.
as a person, especially as a filmmaker. I've always said if I can make a movie like half as good as this one, a tenth as good as this one, I'd be. It's all I could ask for.
Yeah.
That's all I could ask for. Directed by James Marsh, starring Eddie Redmayne and Felicity Jones. The cinematic motion picture, The Theory of Everything. Guys, must watch. Really one of my favorite performances of all time by Eddie Redmayne. He won Best Actor for this. I think this came out in 2014, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it came out in 2015.
15? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
No,
I'm
it came
getting-
out in 2014. You probably won it in 2015.
Yeah.
You're right. Wow.
Hey,
It's like you've seen this movie before.
I've seen this movie. I can't tell you how many times. I own it. Obviously, I've purchased it. If I purchase it, it means I either had to or I just loved it that much.
Wow.
And both of those, I had to purchase
You
it
had to.
because I loved it so much.
Yeah.
It's just, this movie blows me away every time. Every time. I think it's got one of the best endings. It's one of those movies where, like, you know, we talked about Don't F with Cats.
Yeah.
Sprinkles these breadcrumbs around, right?
Okay.
And all the pieces fall into place at the end of it. And then it just leaves your mind just blown.
Mind blown.
Mind blown.
Mind blown.
This is the story of Stephen Hawking. It's his biography.
Mm-hmm.
And
Biopic.
biopic, if you will. Just, I don't want to say too much about it because it'll ruin the experience for you. Like, there's just so many little details in it. Like, I can't give you a spoiler alert.
It is on
this one.
Netflix, though, correct?
It is. And guys, go watch it right now. Turn off this horrible podcast and go listen to it.
Because it's ending.
Or go watch it. Yeah,
The
'cause
podcast is ending.
It is ending. And on that note, hey, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at realtok_podcast. We are now active on Facebook, and that is Real TOK Podcast without the underscore because you weren't allowed to have underscores when we made this handle.
Hey, Real Talk, it's brought to you by you, okay?
Yeah, guys, become a supporter on Anchor. You can donate as little as 99 cents a month or even up to $10 a month. If you do $10 a month, we get a little extra kickback, an extra 13%
Give me that.
to the dollar because Anchor takes their portion. Please consider supporting us. This podcast takes a lot of time to do, and it requires certain expenses, and it would mean the world to us, guys. We love you, Real Talk audience.
Yes.
And I don't just say that to anybody.
No.
That's important when I say the L word. Anyways, guys, thank you for listening.
And
We'll see
remember,
you.
next week, 3 movies. We're giving you homework, okay? Got to watch Little Women, Jojo Rabbit, and Marriage Story.
All right, guys. Hey,
And we'll see you then.
we'll see you. Well, by the way, we said we'd watch the Glengarry Glen Ross monologue.
So you know what?
Tune in this Friday to Real Talk Shorts, where we watch that. All right, guys. It's been another good one. Any closing notes, Carson?
Hey, it's been a pleasure.
You're listening to Real Talk.